Hello, I'm Felicia Bridgers. I am a staff counselor here at East Carolina University in the Center for Counseling and Student Development. It's a pleasure to be able to present to you all today, whether you are here live or you are listening to the recording. Today, I'm going to talk about, are you a transfer student and navigating new territories? I personally have a great love and passion for transfer students. My background includes working at two-year institutions or community colleges for the past 8 years, and I thoroughly enjoyed my experience dealing and working with students that were navigating through an Associates of Arts or Associates of Science degree, or just taking a few classes, eventually desiring to transfer to a four-year institution. So I personally feel like I understand the barriers, the transitions, and also the great, amazing moments that our transfer students usually have experienced in their lives or are going to experience on their journey towards receiving their undergraduate degree. So we're going to move forward on this journey today together. It is a rainy day here in Greenville, North Carolina, just in case you hear the rain on the outside. It is pouring down rain, but we're going to keep on trucking. Okay. So, who is a transfer student? This information I received from our undergraduate admissions page here at ECU. A transfer student is a prospective student who attended a regionally accredited college or university after graduating from high school for any length of time. These students would be categorized as a transfer student when they complete their application and also after admission here at East Carolina University. Our transfer population is growing every year. We have over 2,500 transfer spots for the fall, spring, summer semesters, and we receive approximately 5,000 transfer applications each year. A majority of those applications, about 70%, are transfer students from the North Carolina Community College system. And that is great information for you to know if you are a transfer student watching or participating in this presentation, because hopefully you know that you are not alone and that there are definitely other individuals out there that fall in the same category as you do. I want to start off by saying congratulations for making this decision to transfer. You made a decision to not stop your educational journey, but to keep going at an undergraduate institution, to explore new territory, to pursue a degree here at East Carolina University, and also to overcome barriers that transfer students face. I understand that everyone's situation is very different. Individuals transfer because they wanted to start off at a two-year institution and in the end take the big leap to a four-year institution. Some are non-traditional students, meaning they started off at one institution at one area of their life and they decided to transfer here to ECU at another time in their life. You could have been at a previous institution and things didn't work out there for you and you decided to move towards pursuing your education here at ECU. There are a variety of reasons as to why you are a transfer student, but I just wanted to commend you and congratulate you for making that decision to explore new territory here at East Carolina University. I want to kind of focus on culture shock. And when we talk about culture shock, it is the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone who is suddenly subjected to an unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set of attitudes. A sense of confusion and uncertainty, sometimes with feelings of anxiety that may affect people exposed to an alien culture or environment without adequate preparation. And these two definitions are from Webster. And I think that that's so important to be able to identify with how a transfer student may feel upon entering the culture of East Carolina University or the culture of a four-year institution. It could be very different than your previous experience. You may have to start over with finding friends, getting involved on campus, finding out where your niche is, how to park, maneuvering the cafeteria, finding various resources on campus. This experience of transferring can definitely be what we would consider to be a culture shock. Okay, I just want to ask you guys to take a moment of reflection. Do you identify with either one of these definitions? Have you found yourself possibly feeling like you have had a culture shock with becoming a transfer student and getting acclimated with the university's campus culture? What you may notice a sense of excitement. You may notice loneliness or isolation. You may notice sadness. You may notice sleeping or eating problems, longing for family if you have moved far away from your family and you are here in the area by yourself, starting afresh. You may feel frustrated or confused. You may be easily angered. There's so many different things that could be triggered in experiencing a culture shock. I remember while working with a transfer student that their family lives about 2 hours away, and just moving to the Greenville area as a non-traditional transfer student, they could really identify with all of these areas, just trying to fit in, being of a different age than their counterparts, trying to see if college was the best fit for them in regards to being at a four-year institution. So many of these emotions and feelings resonated with them in regards to them experiencing a culture shock, being connected to being a transfer student. So do you notice any of these areas? Have any of these areas kind of resonated themselves in your life as a transfer student? If the answer is yes, hopefully this comes as a sense of comfort, and that you know that you're not alone, and that there are other individuals on campus that feel the exact way that you do, but trust, with time, you will become acclimated with being a student here on East Carolina University's campus as a pirate. Okay, there's stages of a culture shock: the honeymoon, negotiation stage, adjustment, mastery, and re-entry. The honeymoon stage is the excitement, the happiness, looking forward to the new things and experience that you can feel while being in your new environment. And I just can't imagine how right now we're dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, how some of our transfer students may have felt like, wow, I'm finally getting away to go from home. I'm finally transitioning from this season to the next. I'm finally taking that big leap of faith and going to a four-year institution and at big old East Carolina University. And then all of a sudden, COVID-19 takes place. So the pandemic may have even interrupted your honeymoon stage outside of you just having a culture shock altogether with being a transfer student. With rejection and negotiation may come the feelings of irritability, frustration, anger, dissatisfaction, feeling incompetent when cultural differences are experienced, especially if you are a first generation college student, if you may come from a low economic status background, if you are a single parent, or you are a parent juggling being in school, being a parent, being in a new environment. All of these different factors may kind of push you to negotiate if this was the best move for you to make to transfer to continue your education. Adjustment is the next one. It can be confusing because you feel better than you did before, but you're still struggling to feel accepted. You're still struggling to feel like you are a part and like you are making connections with individuals on campus, like you made connections when you were back home, possibly at your local community college or former institution. This adjustment does take time and it does take patience, but trust me, once you get through these stages of culture shock, you will be at a good place. Then we're going to move forward with mastery, accepting the differences. You borrowed some behaviors, rituals, some habits from the new culture, You're getting more acclimated with campus. You're getting more acclimated with your advisor. You're getting more acclimated with resources. You're kind of getting things down packed in regards to you feeling as though you are accepted and that you have a purpose and a place here at East Carolina University. Okay. Then re-entry shock, adjusting back to home culture after being away. Things just don't feel the same. And individuals may feel re-entry shock when they have transferred from um, a community college or an institution closer to home. They've gotten acclimated here in Greenville, got adjusted to their apartment or to their way of living, their friends, a new place of employment, advisors or professors, and various resources, and then having to go back home to the former way that you were living. That can be a big shock for you to kind of reflect and see, wow, how much you have changed as an individual. Okay. Responding to the culture shock. Check in with yourself about how you're feeling. Be patient. It's great. It's a great tool to write down your journey of being a transfer student. Write down the things that work for you. Write down the things that are not working for you. Write down how you're processing things, how you're feeling. Learn as much as you can about the new culture. Learn as much as you can about the institution. Learn as much as you can about resources that are available to you. Possibly tap into other transfer students and see how they've gotten acclimated to campus and see how you all could work together collectively to make the transition as smoothly as possible for everyone that's included. Write down what you love about the new culture when you first arrive. Engage in something you enjoy or do something that reminds you of home. Just because you made the transition of being a transfer student doesn't mean that you have to forget about home. You may feel the pressure that you have to live up to this certain standard. You may feel like a lot of people from home are counting on you to just become this brand new individual that has things together. It's okay. Extend grace to yourself. Enjoy some things here at ECU, but also take some things that you've learned from being at home and combine them together and see you evolve as a person, okay? And that will transition to don't try so hard. Just stay true to yourself. Wherever you come from, whether it's the East Coast or from the western part of the state or from another state altogether, stay true to yourself because it is that true individual that has gotten you to this point of being a transfer student, and it will take you to the point of graduation. Okay. Talk with others about your experience, possibly get involved, and maybe after you get through the whole culture shock experience, you may find yourself serving as a mentor to other transfer students that will be coming onto the campus in the near future. Engage with the new culture, make friends, get involved with the community, learn the language of Greenville, travel, get to know some hiking trails, get to know some bike trails, some of the restaurants that are in the area, set some goals to kind of get outside of your comfort zone and to develop a few new hobbies. Don't just look at the transition of being a transfer student as something that is burdensome or something that is heavy or unachievable, but just look at it as a new adventure that you can conquer, but also learn so much about yourself and the Greenville and East Carolina University community all at the same time. Gain understandings of the whys of the new culture. Try to figure out why football is so important. Try to figure out why P. the Pirate is so important to our campus culture. Try to figure out why the nice spots on campus are considered the nice spots on campus. But the only way you can do that is get out of your comfort zone and explore. Main contact with your loved ones from home. It's okay to communicate with individuals from home, let them know how you're doing, and you don't have to feel like you always have to be on a high. It's okay to feel low sometimes, to say that you feel confused, that you're trying to figure things out. That'll flow into our next point. Notice when you're idolizing home and comparing home. Being at a new institution is not going to be the same as home, but you can move forward in creating an environment and experience of making East Carolina University your new home. Notice when things are going well. Notice the things that are going well. Sometimes in transition, we tend to only focus on the things that are going bad, that are not going as smooth as you would like them to go. But focus on what is going well. Maximize the moments when you can find a good parking spot. Maximize the moments when you can actually make a friend with someone in a new study group. Maximize the moment when you actually take time to meet with a professor doing their office hours, even if it is online during the pandemic. These are moments that you should highlight and celebrate. Use your resources, look for help, and remember, this is the number one thing that the Center for Counseling and Student Development, we are here to help and serve you during this time of transition, okay? Here in the Counseling Center, this is what we're about. Our services are designed to facilitate skill development, improve functioning, and increase an understanding of self and others. So just in case you may feel as though you have not really made it through the cycle of culture shock and that you may still need some assistance with adjusting or maneuvering through some hardships of being a transfer student. If you are a transfer student, please know that we invite you to partake and participate in the services that we offer here in the Counseling Center here at East Carolina University. Our services are free and confidential to our students. We offer group counseling, individual counseling, outreach programming, crisis intervention management, consultative services, Let's Talk, and collegiate recovery community. As of right now, due to the pandemic, we are practicing telemental health, but you can obtain these services virtually, okay? Some common reasons that people reach out to the Counseling Center is relationship issues, depression, and this is my highlight for our transfer students, adjustment. Making this adjustment to transfer from one institution to another or from one place in life to another can be hard. Okay, we are here to help you and serve as that bridge to get you from point A to point B and eventually to get you to point Z in regards to graduating from East Carolina University. Some individuals have substance abuse issues, anxiety, trauma, and stress. As I first stated, due to COVID-19, we are serving clients virtually. You can visit us online. And I will give more information on the next slide about visits online, but our actual physical location is 137 Umstead Building. Our number is 252-328-6661, and you just press *2 because we do provide after-hour support, okay? Check out our website. There are so many services that we provide on our website. You can learn more about our services. You can get a list of apps for Android or iPhone phones, online self-help resources, staff photos. You can see our wonderful staff, my wonderful colleagues that I have the pleasure of working with. So you can kind of see if there's someone that you feel as though you will identify with and that could help you make that adjustment as a transfer student a little bit more easier for you. It also lists our upcoming virtual outreach events and programs. Okay, so we do welcome you to visit our institution and just get to know East Carolina University and get acclimated with being a pirate and understanding why we love purple and gold so much, and that we welcome our transfer students just like we would welcome any undergraduate admission student regardless of status. Know that the Counseling Center is here to support you and to help you make that transition and go through the period of what we call today culture shock. Thank you for your participation and your time. And if we can be of service to you, please reach out to the center. Thank you so much.